all right? Good to see you. Well.
Okay, guys, when you're ready, please.
David, just the results you needed at the moment,
Yeah.
I think.
Always getting through in any cup competition is the most important thing, and we just about got there today, so thankfully we're in the next round.
The performance for probably the first hour, it just looked like a team that was lacking a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of result that can give you a bit of confidence to the Premier League?
I agree. I think we did. I think we did look like that, and we played a bit like that. But I think the result in midweek, we've had a good draw at Leeds, we've had a good win here today as well. So we've got something to build on now, and hopefully get back on track. It was really important to stop conceding goals. That was the first thing. I think if you do that, then you've always got a chance of winning. Someone can get you a goal, or someone can score a screamer. I said it last week in the press conference. Could do with somebody scoring a screamer. Well, Saeed certainly done that. So really pleased.
David, I just want to ask about the impact side Benrahma had. You look a lot more of an attacking side, and not just for goal, but your all-round general play at the end.
Yeah.
Kept pushing on.
No, we did. It pushed on. I think Saeed's done this in different games. I think, and he's come off the bench and actually been an impact. And so much in football now, you saw it heavily in the World Cup. How much the subs played a part in coming off and making a difference. And thankfully, Saeed done it for us today. I could have easily started Saeed. We changed the system a little bit and altered that, but his impact was excellent.
Was that mainly down to the system? Because obviously you started with that two up front, but you brought Benrahma away.
Yeah, I mean, we were going to play Benrahma as one of the strikers as well today, and we were sort of humming and hawing if we were going to do that. So I think I can play Saeed in several positions, but in the end we brought him on, and it was great. It was a terrific goal, and maybe he could have made another one. He was a wee bit unlucky with another one. I think he was offside. They tell me they want to get through. But good. You need impacts off the bench, and we needed the players to sort of make it a tough game, which it was. I don't know the boys who come to the games here regularly. The pitch obviously is not good at all, and it's not that easy to play on. But I've got to say, Brentford have made a good go at it, so I can't make any excuses.
Scamacca, Lanzini, Ario all absent today. Just want to get a bit of an update on those three.
Scamacca just felt it's his knee sore, and since after the game. Areola was playing, and the last kicker yesterday in training, he just felt something at the top of his hip, so that was why he was out. And then Lanzini, he just felt a tight groin as well, so that was difficult with Lanzini. I don't think any of them are. Obviously, I don't think any of them are too bad. Gianluca, we don't think's too bad. Well, we're hoping's not too bad. He was going for a scan. Fons, we thought Fons was. Well, I didn't even see it happening, and then we'd finished. I thought it'd finished, but he got it in his last kick. And then obviously Manu, so we think it should be okay.
David, you mentioned the pitch there. There was a rugby game played here 3 or 4 days ago. Do you think it's right that a club should, share it with a football club, share a rugby club?
I don't want to get into whether who's right, because Brentford have got a really good set up and a great business, and have got a great model in how they do things. But they've also got a really good football team, and normally good football teams would like to have a good pitch. So I'm sure their players will be feeling that as well. And the standard of the pitches are very good in the Premier League, I have to say. But look, it's the same for everybody. Liverpool have had to play here last week, and I'm sure it wasn't much different from what it was today, and everybody else has to, so it was part of the job.
Yeah, David, we've seen sort of time and again over the years that a cup tie can act as a catalyst for improved form or confidence in the league if a team is struggling a little bit. Do you hope that'll be the case with this one?
I hope so. But I was hoping that we're winning the group stages of the Conference League again, and not losing any games would have done that as well. And to be fair, we done so well last year at the same thing that it gave the players a big lift. But I want to run in the cup. I want to try and go as far. But all the managers are the same, and out of, I don't know how many teams start in it, 180 teams or something. I don't know how many teams start in the FA Cup, but there can only be one winner at the end, so the cup would be a real bonus for us. Us getting our Premier League form and getting our position correct is obviously a big priority.
This will give you a massive
and the players particularly to come out clean sheet away,
Yeah.
and to win against probably one of the informed teams in the Premier League title. I mean, you probably can't count the value in terms of confidence. That should give you a
Yeah. No, and we've got something to build on because we've had a pretty good week now. It was went to Leeds, get a draw, and it got us moving again, and then today. So we have to start somewhere. And look, this was a really tough draw. When you saw this draw in the FA Cup, you're going, wow, what a difficult draw. And we had them obviously last week in the league as well. So look, we're thrilled to be through, and we'll see if we can have a go at it.
Understandably, the YouTube generation, if you like, will love the Benrahma goal, but that tackle from Declan was quite old school, wasn't it? Does that give you as much pleasure as the goal itself?
100%. It was. I mean, Declan Rice to win the ball back was his tackling and his ability to get to people quickly. And look, it's been tough for him, but he keeps at it, and he's a huge influence in the team's performances and how he plays. And I mean, I think one of the best bits of move was, I think before the goal, he got up the left-hand side and he nearly got in and set them up. So he's such a big player for us, he really is.